What's going on? I'm extremely confused. And let me tell you why I'm confused. We have great services. And in these times of scarcity, as in jobs, as in, what AI is doing, um, jobs not being as plentiful as they used to in America. I'm just confused that a lot of people that's getting the message that my brother spot could bring you services so in the future you could get ahead of the curve. Because in the future, a lot of people are going to be having subscription platforms. In the near future, a lot of people are going to have customized websites. And those people are going to be they're going to be out there to the point where people are going to trust those brands. It's going to be a lot of people also that aren't going to be trying to buy stuff from the big boys like Amazon, Walmart, online business. A lot of people are going to be trying to get with the mom and pops because, you know, a lot of, excuse me, I dropped this. A lot of Americans and Canadians are extremely conscious and know that if they support the SB, Small Business Administration, or small businesses, that helps the everyday people control certain things, as in life. So what I'm trying to figure out, because I am confused, and confusion is okay. It's nothing the matter with being confused because you always will have a solution. You breathe, you meditate, and you try to figure out what you have done wrong. Most of the time, what you have done wrong. That's what I'm finding. I'm finding out that I'm doing better when I'm figuring out what I did wrong, other than what I'm doing right. Um, since I've been in Atlanta and really been putting my mind towards businesses, online businesses, and learning from people, behaviors, and all that, I'm getting better when I'm more accountable. If I'm always right, I don't learn shit. You know, I don't learn anything. So people that's out there, family, if you are in a situation that you really aren't clear on something or how to go about it, just write it through, because and don't try to be right. Be accountable. Don't let no one bully you, but try to figure out, why didn't this work? Why, when I say these things, people don't resonate as much with the product, with the service. Um, it's another day, just like the sun comes up every day. It's a new day of how you could go about your business and doing businesses. And if any of you have seen my past videos on my brother's spot, I'm a true Aries. So I'm blunt and I don't care about people's feelings or how they feel about what I'm saying. So now in hindsight, let's see how this goes when I'm a little bit less rude, less blunt, more informative. So we're going to take a new turn on my brother's spot. and what we do for our clients. So, what we do for our clients, for if you guys don't know, we basically are out here creating customized websites. We're out here creating subscription platforms. We don't have anybody with us yet that has got a subscription platform built, but it's a lot of, not a lot of clients, but we have a good amount of clients that have customized websites. And what me and a couple of the techs have noticed is that we don't need to be as upset at certain things if the customer wants something, because the customer is always right. Even if you're trying to help the customer, do everything that you need to do to make the customer, to appease the customer. So, this is what I've learned this week, maybe a week and a half. If you have a business, and I am preaching to the choir, but this is my experience. When you have a business, just give it, whatever the customer wants, give it to them. If it's simple, if it's complex, if it's, not what's going to help them or what is going to help them, the customer is always right. So, what I'm trying to say is that I've learned something. I've grown from it. Let me see. Why are you saying common sense and slow for your tone tries to come off as wisdom? Because I am wise. It's because I have accountability, you troll. And accountability improves people. Miko, when you come on here and you try to get a reaction off someone, that just shows that you don't like yourself. If you're trying to clown someone, that's a high school mentality. If you're trying to just say something about me and you don't even know me, that's kind of like, you're not too smart. You don't know what I've been through. I don't know what you've been through. You don't know me. You don't know what just happened this week or the past week. You know what I'm saying? What if something happened where it was someone in my family where I had to make the decision and pull in the cord, and you want to say something like that? Come on, Miko. You know what I'm saying? Nico, you still in high school, man. That's a high school mentality, bro. You just trying to get a reaction, So why are you on here talking to me if you care less? Actions speak louder than words. You're just trying to get a reaction. You probably don't feel good about yourself, so you're trying to make someone else feel bad. Nico, that's childish, man. How old are you, man? I hope you don't have no kids. Do you have children? It gets you jumping. I don't care. I don't care about me performing. This is not a performance. This is real life. This is what I'm about on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be high sometime and I'm going to be low sometime. And when you're low with me, that means I'm learning. I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong. And I'm talking to people online that I've never met before and admitting that my brother spot have did some things wrong. So why are you trying to get a reaction out of me? And this is what it's about. A lot of the mistakes that other people make that's not online or talking on live stream and all that, they make it seem hunky-dory. I'm not going to do that. This is real life. My brother spot, Jay Hadwin, this is real life. Heck yeah, I'm hurt. I'm a little upset because I did the wrong thing. That's why. Yeah, I'm a little upset at myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have easily went about it in a different way and a better way. Sup, can I be a racist in the chat? No. Bryce, go to another chat. You know what I'm saying? You guys, you trolls, you guys are I don't really resonate with you guys. See you later. I don't resonate because I get basically the reason why I also do live streams is because I like making shorts out of them. And I like going back and reflecting on how I can improve to bring a message. You know what I'm saying? The Raiders is shitty. This year is bad. The Raiders is bad, but I'm still gonna rock my hat because I'm a true fan. I don't just go and be cool with the you know the football teams and the basketball teams and the baseball teams just because they win it. I'm gonna put my hat on. No, I'm a Raider for life, homie. Yeah, okay. If you think so, it's respectable. I don't know. You're just trying to get a rise out of someone, Bryce. I wish you and other people could get on here and talk in front of 300, 400, sometime 2,700, the most 5,000 people was on my live stream. And that was kind of neat. Why don't y'all do this? Show your face. You know, trolling is, to me, is kind of ignorant. Sensible communication, talking, solving problems, that's what I'm about. Accountability, all the hard stuff. So when you come on here and you're trying to get a rise, yeah, leave. That's what I like. They banned me, and this is my face, bro. I've tried. They didn't ban you, man. You could be on if you want. You just, you can't, a lot of people can't do what I do. A lot of people gonna hide behind brands, all that, and then say how, the other person should have did something. This is just, this is how I improve. The Jay Hadwin 7 years ago, from now was horrible. Now I'm doing improved, man, because I'm accountable. I admit when I'm confused. I admit when I don't know what I'm doing. And then I go and then I check myself. As some of my friends say, they manage themselves. And I manage myself and I try to get better. What's the matter with that? So let's get on you. I mean, Bryce, what do you do? What are the things you do that are positive? I know you can name all kind of things you do that are negative. What's some things you do that's positive? Other than coming on here saying, can I be racist, trying to be funny, like a kid in 7th grade or something like that, trying to make the class laugh. We're adults, man. That's for the birds, man. You know what I'm saying? America, if we don't start getting more mature, other countries are going to kick our asses. And that's real talk. They're going to kick our asses. Grow up. This isn't no game, man. I keep telling a lot of people, especially black people, get an online business. Learn how to sell products and services online. Because if you don't, AI, AI gonna take a lot of jobs. I'm not being a fear factor. This is a true factor. You know what I'm saying? The food's gonna change. Bill Gates. Bill Gates from other guys that's like Bill Gates, men that are like Bill Gates, they messing with the food, man. They're putting stuff in medicine. They're experimenting with us. Other countries are getting better because they suffered. And now they have computers and they're dealing with AI and they're just more focused than us. And they're just going to be, their government is going to help. They're going to help that government create something that's the technology that's just way better than America. America can only bring so many people from other countries over here, and they become loyal. Most of the people they bring over here that are hard workers that have dealt with like just horrific situations where they have to use the bathroom outside, they have to shower outside, they have to go and find water, they go to school. Then I could go on and on what I've seen in the Navy. We're not doing that, so we're lazier. They put drugs in America. The drugs are really making us perform horrifically. The food, I don't know what America's doing. I don't know what their agenda. I'm confused. But one thing I know is that us as Americans, we're gonna have to get better. Because if we don't get better, then all the other people that are coming here from other countries, all they're gonna keep doing is coming here, learn our stuff, and then go back to their homeland, and then they're gonna make their homeland better. You know, America has to get off this like, hey, we want this type of person to always be the head of what we're doing. If it's a black man, if it's an Asian American, if it's a black American, an Asian American, a Latino American, white American, white man, can you just let them be the head and let the best talent win so we could start improving as a country and the technology would get better? Stop trying to control who's at the top. You know what I'm saying? And exactly, like he said, no, because y'all on some phenotype stuff. Okay, you got enough white people here. You done brought them from Europe, you done brought them from everywhere, and you guys are breeding. And so you have more of a population. But is the talent getting better? Are we getting better as a country with the technology? No, y'all not the cream of the crop. Give people a chance in America to be the cream of the crop. So what if they're making more money? So what if they're the ones, the male that the woman wants to reproduce with? Yes, it's going to be a more mixed America. Stop trying to control it, America, because you can't control it. The talent is the talent, and it's going to be white people that are very talented. Give them that position to lead in all sectors. But they don't do that. That's why America's doing like this slightly. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't bring people from other countries and then expect them to be loyal to you. They're going to go back and give the technology. What do you think the Chinese did for years? The only reason why the Japanese didn't do it on a high level because we bombed them. But I don't think that's feasible anymore for us to be like bombing people, because if America was to try to bomb China, America has so much money that's in the software, the chips in the ground with fiber optics. Y'all don't even know that America has money and China has all kind of stuff in our ground. It would be stupid to even like nuke each place. So now they're fighting in the Middle East because they don't care about that area. It's just oil under there. If you nuke oil, I guess you still could use it. I don't know, or bomb it. It won't hurt it. So it's just, we're not going to figure out everything. But one thing, like I always say, one people that I do want to help is Black Americans, Black West Indies, Africans. Because we need help, and we need systems that can make us thrive. And I mean thrive peacefully. So that's just what my brother spot's about. Do we hate other ethnicities? No. But we do want to help our own people. And it's unfortunate we have to voice that, because if we don't, the word won't get out. The word won't get out. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of unknown forces that a lot of people don't understand what Black people in America go through. So yeah, man, it's I just heard Bill Gates went into, I think, China, trying to get the food. Excuse me. China are some country outside of America to buy his food, his lab food or meat and all that, and they kicked his butt out. They kicked his butt out. I saw it on Facebook. I wonder if it was true. But if it was, that's hilarious, man. Like, man, what is going on? Hmm. That's interesting. That popped up. So, family, anybody, what are you guys doing tonight? Does everyone in this room, do you have a job? Is anyone unemployed? Can you let me know? I'm very curious. There's 5 people or 4 people in here, and I want to know if you guys are employed or not. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know he was that old. Wow. I wonder what Melinda French Gates is doing. I wonder what she doing. Boy, their foundation is poisoning a lot of people, man. And they're never, all the bad stuff they have done, the Gates, they are never in the news a lot of all the bad stuff. It's just amazing how Bill Gates and people like him get away with stuff. And then when black people do things to each other, it hits, news everywhere. You know, black people don't hurt nobody but themselves. You know what I'm saying? And we're always on television in a negative image. It's amazing. Employed. Oh, you employed. Okay. Barely make enough to say, damn, don't worry about it. You still employed, homie. Hand to mouth. What's new? I hear I hear you. Don't worry about it. You're employed. It's a lot of people that aren't employed. And it's a lot of people now, man, because I do Uber on the weekends. And, it's a lot of people that are not employed that has sat in my back seat. A lot more than you think. And like about a couple weeks ago, that's what made me do a lot of videos on homeless people living in cores out here in Atlanta, because I just really noticed that when I'm pumping my gas and it's kind of late, I'm just noticing how many women I see with blankets or men I see with blankets, and they're like putting up they're like they're like getting ready to go to sleep, and it's like 7, it's like 8. I go over to homie house in Hampton, and I'm just like, dang, they're about to sleep here. And I seen it in Walmart once. I went, I wanted some ice cream. It was a minute ago. And I went to Walmart and I seen them in the parking lot. And I was like, God damn, this is getting real. Homeless and ATOs increasing. Nothing like LA though. Yeah, man. LA was horrible, man. I mean, it is horrible. The homelessness is horrible. So, what solution can we provide for homeless people? Like a shelter that's better than a core, that's not in people's sight, that's safe, that has security, you know? And let's get deep. Should, because it's kids involved too that are sleeping in the cores with their mom, and it's mostly females. And I seen it only once, and that was in a Quick Trip, and I didn't like that. That kind of choked me up because I was like, that young girl, I knew she was like at least in high school. She may have been a big girl, and she was like getting probably in 7th, 8th grade, but she looked like a 9th or 10th grade. And she looked really upset. And it was right before it got real cold in Atlanta. And Yo, man, some people, they just shouldn't have children, man. I hate, bro, H1, I hate when children suffer. I hate it to the core. White, black, Asian, I don't care. Any kids that's suffering, that shit be tearing me apart, man. I don't like it. What do you think we should be doing? Well, I just think we need to change a good amount of things in our culture, especially as, as Black Americans, Aboriginal Americans, whatever we want to call ourselves. We are in dire needs right now. Whatever we want to call ourselves. Stop that like we gotta they're not gonna respect who we're called. They're gonna make it a status that's whack, even if it's the right status to have. We need to get off that. What we need to do is be mindful, more mindful of when to have children. That's what we need to do. Number one. If we're on drugs, we shouldn't have children. If I was a king or something like that, and they were sneaking drugs in my country, anyone that gets on those drugs, I would neuter them. And I say it like that, it's jacked up, but I fix them. You ain't having no kids. You're not gonna poison our society. You know what I'm saying? White, black, anybody. You on drugs, you can't have kids. Also, what I would do is now we have autonomous vehicles, right? So if you had two DUIs and you had, two DUIs and or one DUI and you killed someone, you can only take autonomous cars. You can only take Waymo. You can't drive a Cord no more. You know what I'm saying? You can't drive a Cord no more. And I would up the autonomous, in the city, I will up it to the point where, because people in Atlanta drive stupid as hell. Like, Atlanta's an amazing place. Atlanta is really a pretty safe city. I don't know how it was 15 years ago. Oh, bro, who cares? The best cities in the world are the cities that we not cocking it and locking it and shooting it. Those are the cities to look up to. Who cares if your city kill everyone and all that? We shouldn't be on it. We gotta change our culture. Why everything gotta be hoard? What does that mean? Why? And then the fourth thing, stop worshiping entertainers. Who gives a fuck about entertainers now? We have to improve our ethnicity. We have to learn how to self-fund each other. We have to learn how to not have children when we're not ready. We used to be able to do that when we were on farms and we were, sharecroppers. We could feed ourselves. Cities and all that, you shouldn't have children if you're not ready. We have to change with the times. And I think Black people are not good at that yet. We're just not good at that yet. It doesn't mean we're like piece of shit. It's just when brothers and sisters are telling the truth, we need to listen and not get upset. You're not going to always hear, good things. That's just like what they did in school. Pass everyone. Yeah, just pass them. Now look how these motherfuckers acting. You can't just pass people. You know what I'm saying? So I just, those are the things that I believe in, and sin, repent, call Jesus, whatever, man. All right. The Son of God, and he's a complexion of a man that gets skin cancer. Come on, man, get out of here with that, man. I call that, I'm spiritual, but if I'm spiritual, I'm not like repent. Spirituality is a way, or else. See, that's why Christians are so disrespectful. If Jesus is great like everyone says he is. Let him save those individuals. We don't need you. We don't need you coming on here. Why do you think all the civilizations in the goddamn world are jacked up? Because they put the Bible there, and then all the leaders and people were afraid to burn in hell when you're a fucking ghost. When you come out your body and you leave your goddamn nerves and brains out, no one ain't gonna burn in hell. The hell's the matter with y'all? Snap out of it. That shit is to take over people. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not lie. Yo, and then they lie and steal and kill. And then next thing you know is white people all in Hawaii. White people control Africa. That book was meant to scare people, bro. Now, did Jesus live? Yes. But from what I heard, he wasn't even white. But then people say, it doesn't matter what color. It's always an excuse. Well, I'm going to give you an excuse. That book was meant to make people afraid so they could be conquered. And then you put a white Jesus in front of everyone. So in the subconscious, when everyone learns when they're young, white people are always right. See, that's psychology. That's psychology. That's psychology. And that's what that was used as. Because if Jesus did live where he was at, it was nothing but black people. If you had a black Jesus, maybe I'll believe some of it. That's a lie right there, the image. They didn't even get the thumbnail right. Suddenly color doesn't matter. Exactly. Y'all didn't even get the thumbnail right. That gives your people confidence. That gives people that don't look like Jesus less confidence. You know what I'm saying? You get upset a person that you have never met. The only people I know that met Jesus is people that had near-death experiences. And then Jesus never said he was Jesus. They were like, I was calling his name, this, that, and he never said he was Jesus. Everyone. The image is Caesar Borgia. It's not even really Jesus. That was Caesar Borgia. It's his image. You can look up Caesar Borgia. That's a white guy from Europe, and that's the Jesus that they use. They depict his face. God damn. But people so scared they don't want to study. Oh, Jesus, baby, Jesus. Y'all beat my people in submission to believe the image because you guys are good at this. You guys are good at this. I ain't repent. I'm spiritual. I'm peaceful. Christians have had the most wars. What do you mean repent? God's supposed to be a peaceful God. Love. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever read the Old Testament? What God was doing to people that didn't, believe the way they were supposed to do? In certain books of the Bible, they were killing. He said, go over there and kill the kids and everybody. Does that sound like a true loving God would do that? Yeah, go in your Old Testament and see. So what did Jesus come and then he checked God and said, God, you were kind of wrong. Let's use our common sense. A man wrote it. If you go on every Bible, it says revise. If you tell a story and then, if something happens and then I see it and then 3 other people see it, it's going to be 3 different versions. It's not going to revise. What does revise mean? It was rewritten. So it's going to be things left out. It's going to be things. So it's just some bullshit, man. It's just some bullshit. Many historians and scholars conclude that King James I of England commissioned the King James Version of the Bible, had an intense romantic relationship with men. And that's a history lesson. But they say if you do that, you don't go up to heaven. And King James supposedly was one of the most smartest men ever to live. It's just it's too much BS in it, man. Like, I'm sorry to bust your epiphany. Y'all get mad, you come on here, repent, whatever. That's some whatever. It was a it's a YouTube short that we just had on my brother's spot that they were saying, one of the guys was saying that religion is the worst thing that happened to mankind. It sound horrible, but that's deep as hell, man. Like, especially Christianity, I think is the worst, man. Like, at least FOI, the Fruit of Islam, they get a lot of our negative black people in our neighborhoods to do the right thing with Minister Farrakhan. But also, Islam, they have it in certain chapters. If the women do certain things, you could stone them. It's like, it's a lot of things religion do. Buddha, that's different. That's more peaceful. That's one of the better ones. The Buddhists. That's one of the better ones. All these other ones, they just fight. And it sound like, people that came from other planets that they thought were gods, and they had egos, and they weren't gods. They were just bigger beings, and they built pyramids with, the original people here, the black people, and showed them way and all, and made it faster. And it was a whole different planet Earth, and white people wasn't even there, but they telling the story. Some of us got spoken down language, and we kind of know who we are, and check this out. See this? Especially when I grow it out, but I had some mixture in my family. They weren't black on my mom's side, but what people call nappy? Is no animal on this planet that has nappy hair growing out their body. Why is that? Because a lot of black people that are original aren't kind of a man or mankind. They're humans, pure humans. They're pure humans. And you guys are so smart with the mental thing. You guys have our women wearing fake hair. Fur, fake hair. What does a horse mane look like coming out? Does that look like Negroid hair? Or is that fur? Mankind, kind of man. When white people in the past have called black people monkeys, does monkeys ever have big lips like me? Or are they flat? Are monkeys brown like me? Are they kind of like pale? Are they straight black like a gorilla? But the darkest black people are actually dark brown. But when you shave monkeys, they're all pale, majority of them. They have big ears. This is the psychology that I'm getting. I don't hate white people. I don't hate Asians, this, that. But y'all be doing mind fucks on people. And you take advantage of them. And in the future, because what goes around comes around. And, like, this bothers me when they say we're polluting the world. We're molesting children. If you look into it, majority of the molesters of the world, the planet, before we even became it, was white people. The polluters of this planet is white people. So why do you say we? Black people don't be polluting like that. We don't even create nothing anymore because you guys put us to the side and don't want the competition. So you lower the morale. And we can't even help you in this America. And we're very innovative people. We can't even help you. You guys want to do it. You want to keep. Elon Musk could barely speak. but he keeps getting funded. And this is what I keep telling our people. Like, we have to self-fund. Google is self-funded by, they call them like investors, but that's just a whole bunch of white people investing in an idea. And black people don't understand that. You have to self-fund for your race. We're running a race in order for you to at least have leverage and get in one, first, second, third, fourth. We're all the way at the bottom because we don't understand what everyone's doing. Koreans self-fund. Japanese self-fund. Yes, they have banks, but they self-fund. They got coalitions. You can look on there. They have groups. They have, where they pay an annual fee. And they buy real estate with that, all that. We don't even understand. We give our money to entertainers and be like, hey, you're our leader. Yay, Kanye, you're our leader. But who controls Kanye? Contracts, businesses that they pay for him to make better, and then he's still trying to buy them off. So he or she who pays you control you. Jewish people control Kanye. That's why he's so mad, and he was talking about it. That's very dangerous to worship entertainers. Are entertainers very talented? Fuck yeah. Do they rise like a feeling out of you where you like, man, that motherfucker is good, or Jill Scott could sing, or Rick James was hard. Shit. Tina Marie was yes. But to worship them? Don't worship anyone that's ruled and controlled by someone. Now, if these entertainers in the future start getting their own subscription platforms, maybe we could talk about it, because then they're in control of their own content, their music, everything. But people don't want to come into the AM. They don't want to get subscription platforms because majority people are follower leaders. You know what I'm saying? I would never lay down. You lay down and do like this, okay? So the thing is that we have to understand that in order for us to get ahead as black people, we have to self-fund, regardless of all the scammers. The pastors, not all the pastors do it, but it's a good amount of pastors. What does God need with money? And you get tax write-offs. You don't even pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the biggest scams in the community. You know what I'm saying? So I hurt a lot of people's feelings by saying this or get them upset. But if I'm telling the truth, why should anyone get mad at me? We never go on the exception. You go on what the majority are doing. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be exception to the rules. And the exceptions that are brought up in our community are none but mere excuses. We have to look at things head on and be like, look, we don't like this. We need you out of here. You're not good for the community. If black people came together and put 500,000 in a pot, had 500,000 people and everyone spent $10 a month, if we were that organized and we had a chambers of commerce to where they could allot money, we could have safe zones all over black communities. We could be like, hey, Mr. Drug Dealer, here's 200,000 a year. Stay out of here. Don't put that mess in here. Stop recruiting the kids. The people that you got, use them. You know what I'm saying? Use them. But stay out of this community. And then we buy up all the buildings. Then we barely charge the people that have hair businesses, spas, restaurants. We charge them like little or nothing for lease, so they could get their business together. And then that recycles $1. And then it's not hard, but it's a trust thing. Let's see what someone says. Hopefully it's not negative. There is nothing to understand. The machine keeps us alive while we feed it. but our problems are not political, but technical. I agree. I agree. Good point. Yeah. We just have to understand that we have to do this. Because if we don't, we're going to keep making other ethnicities rich and wealthier. Unfortunately, it's like that, black people. And I'm talking to you, and you're not even in here. Majority of y'all are not in here. And if you are in here, when I talk, you're going to get turned off if I use black. You're going to get turned off if I talk about religion. You're going to get turned off. We have so many hangups. Okay, you don't like what I'm saying. So fucking what? What's the matter with putting our money together and just opening up businesses? Muslim people, you can have your section. Christian people, you can worship Jesus and kiss his feet, and where the nails hit his hands, and you can have your section. Aboriginal Americans, you can have your section. Drug lords, whatever, you can have your section over there where where you are, where we pay you to stay over there. And we pay the cops too. You know what I'm saying? To keep our streets, give them incentives. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all they do anyway right now. It's very powerful investors that do that. How do you think when they gentrify communities, how do you think they start getting the policing up and all that? Don't think that they're just doing that on their pay grade. No, they're getting incentives. We got to wake up and understand what everyone's doing. And it's not illegal. They could do that. Also, the gentrification thing, that's not other ethnicities' fault. That's black people's fault. You know how many kids don't know to pay property tax? I know a couple that lost their houses. I know one guy that I grew up with that he thought the house was paid off. His mom died, and after that, she owed like almost 30 grand in taxes on the house. They had a lien, and he lost the house. He lost everything. That's not other ethnicities' fault. We have to learn how to dance with capitalism. We're in America, man. They beat us Aboriginal American Indians, and you know what I'm saying? We were mighty at once. We were, we were amazing, but now we're gonna have to learn how to dance in this system in order to get us out. You know, my people that are Aboriginal American Indians, all I see is just bitterness. It's no solution based. It's no solution based. Like FBA is doing more than y'all, and I don't even believe in FBA. We have to just put our money together before this money goes way down in value, because for now, we could buy all these assets. We could buy all these assets, and then the money is safer. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand this. We have to, and I'm gonna keep preaching it. I don't care if not one person don't want to get a customized website with my brother's spot or a subscription platform. The brands out there that y'all investing in, all that stuff, it's some evil people behind it. We're paying them. Yes, it's good services, this, that, but it's a lot of evil people. Well, my brother's spot's not evil people behind it, but we're going to tell your ass the truth. What we think is the truth. What we think is the truth. We could be wrong, but at least we're genuine. So I'm going to put it out in the universe. In 7 years, I want my brother's spot to be the biggest thing in Afrobiz, to be the biggest entities in the black community, and not even close to getting bought out like BET, because they could buy BET. I don't care. That's entertainers and all that. The only thing I liked about BET when I got older is the news part. We had our own news, and we need that again, because the news that is on now, they're going to show up black people in a bad light. Like majority of us, I really don't think, unless someone proves me wrong, majority of black people are not committing crimes. We're not harming people. It's just that 30 some percent. So we need a media that could show the world what's going on. So hopefully my brother spot can make that. And we don't want no one buying it. We don't want no one controlling it. It's our own thing. We're gonna stay in our lanes, and we're gonna help our people. And it's gonna be a good amount of our people that's not gonna like it. It'll always be Jesse Jackson's. It will always be Dr. Umar's. There's always gonna be gatekeepers. In every ethnicity, they have gatekeepers. It's gonna happen. It's just that's the way this world is. But we need a lot of courageous people. Like Martin Luther King was a courageous person. Malcolm X was a courageous person. Steve Biko was a courageous person. You know what I'm saying? The universe is always conspiring for our good. But remember to stay present. Thank you. I just I just know what would solve a lot of the problems. And I'm not the smartest guy out here, but not having children when we can't afford them. Stop worshiping entertainers. They're not a big deal if we're having problems economically in our community. And self-funding. Those three right there will improve Black people immensely. Back in the days, we could fuck around and have fun. What's coming up now? Nah, we gotta get serious. And hopefully we get a lot more Black people that start understanding and start writing with my brother spot and not really getting upset with our words. But look at our services. Get down and dirty with our service. Learn how to blog. Learn how to understand that we have very professional people that know what they're doing. And when stuff looks weird sometimes, I know you're paying for it, but you're paying such a low price. Just trust the process. Next thing you know, you'll be making money. You'll be making money. I guarantee you, because it happened to me. I didn't care really about the aesthetics of things, and I know that when you pay for something, you customer is always right. But Black people, we're in a special situation. And if we're doing stuff damn near free for anybody, it's to help you. It's really to help you. And I just, I gotta tell the truth. I'm the blunt Aries, man. That's just how it is. We want to help you. We don't want to hurt you. We want to make sure Black people get ahead. I guarantee you, if someone out there that's Black, if it's 50 Black people that starts a chambers of commerce, which I would love, and we're organized to get 500,000 of us to put $10 a month, I'll be the first one to put $10 a month. And my brother spot will put our business model in there and try to get money for our business, because that is our problem. Also, we're not self-funded. We're having an issue with funding. Even though we're helping certain online businesses, we're having issues with funding because our customized websites aren't regular price. You know what I'm saying? $135 a month. One page websites, customized websites start at like $350. and it goes all the way to 800 and something. We're only doing one page, and they're nice one page websites for $135 a month. You can't get that nowhere. And is on a fast running server. We're on the same servers as Amazon, which are very expensive servers. So if you're on a fast loading server, what that's going to do, your page, you can't see it, but your page is going to load up faster. So Google, AI, the bots and all that on all the search engines are going to see you. And so they're going to see you and say, yo, this website runs really fast. It loads really fast. We trust it. Let's put it up from, because when you just start out, you're going to be on like page 7 or page 6 on your keywords. And they're just going to keep moving you up. The older your website get, the more content you put on it when you blog. You know, you're going to move up. This is called organic ranking. And this is what our tech do well. You're just going to start ranking more. And then next thing you know, you got 30 keywords in about a year that you're ranking on the first page for. That traffic creates revenue for you. That's what it did for my gig work sites. You know what I'm saying? It's all about visibility. And my brother Spot could provide visibility for people. If you go on the website, you can see it's a regular website, but boy, it's effective. A lot of Black-owned businesses, you need to list your business on my brother Spot. If you list your business on my brother Spot, now it's $3 a month, and you get a free interview on this YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? So that's visibility right there. If you have a website, you can list your website on my brother Spot, and it's $3 a month, and you get a free interview. And if you're in Atlanta, or if we have to do it on StreamYard, that's just an extra $50 just to be on my brother Spot. We're almost, I don't remember, but I think we're almost at 7,000 subscribers. We're growing. So you may want to be on there. Your video may be the second one to go viral. And it didn't go really viral. It was like 1,900, 2,000 people viewed it. But you may be the one that go viral on my YouTube channel. And then a lot of people have seen your business and they know about it. These are the possibilities. What type of value can you get for $50 or $3 a month to make your website be seen more when you list it on my brother Spot? And you helping my brother Spot also rank more. It's a handshake. It's a handshake. And we just need to understand how to work with each other better. We have to get better at that, Black people. We have to be more together, like FOI, Farrakhan, FBA. They're together. I see them having movements. We just really need to be more conscious about putting our resources together, and we're falling short of that. And if you have gotten anything from this live stream, is that Jay Hadwin and my brother Spot, period, we're going to tell you the truth. We're not here. It's just hard for us. And maybe we could change, like I was saying in the beginning of my life, but it's hard for us to BS you. You know, majority of the people out here that are promoting their businesses, they have ads and all that. It's a lot of lies. A lot when you look at it, but they don't look like me. So people just resonate with them. I went through that. You know, the image of Jesus, the image of that plays psychological in people's mind. When people see faceless websites, they think it's white people most of the time. So they buy from it. They don't even question it. But if I'm on the face of it. You know, everything's gonna be looked at and real closely, all that, due to what's on the news and all that. That's subconscious. That's why we really don't get mad at it too much, but we gotta say something about it. You know, white people sites are it's something going on Amazon right now where someone didn't get the right product or it was a mix up and no one talks about it really. They just be like, oh well, okay, let me go into customer service. They don't go on Facebook, oh, this Amazon doing this and that. Or Walmart, because Walmart website literally sucks. But oh, Walmart did this. But if it's a black site, you know what I'm saying? Black people, hey, Facebook, yeah, this site works horrible, this, that, they're not professional. We got to stop doing that. We have to understand that things take a while to develop. When you start in a business, it isn't easy. And I'm learning this from the ground up. You're going to make many mistakes, you know, because if you don't, you're not going to learn anything. And then your business is going to get closed down. And that's where the self-funding come into it. That's why other ethnicities keep going. You ever had a Chinese restaurant in your community and you like, damn, majority of the year, it's not a lot of people in this Chinese restaurant. What's going on? They're self-funded. Every year they get, I know these secrets. Born and raised in LA, man. A lot of friends of different ethnicities, and I got a lot of information out of them. It's not hard, America. Aboriginal Americans, Black people, Moors. Look how divided we are. FOI, FBA. Yo, stop the division. Let's put our money in pots. We got 500 here, 500,000, $10 a month for, you know, our entertainers. If you want them to be all like that, and then 500,000 on this sector for real businesses. $10 a month. Come on, we could do it. $10 a month is not going to hurt a gang of people, all, you know, Black people all over America. It's not going to hurt. You will have a choice to get a business. Like, I guess it'll be a loan, but damn near no interest. Maybe like 1%. Like the PPPs, maybe on that level. You pay it back. If you don't pay it back, you'll never get one again. Yeah, we got to be kind of like really strict. If you are doing some type of nepotism, 10 years in prison. This is not, we have to write these laws, you know, and rules into what we're going to do for our communities. We have to be serious about it. If we're not serious about it, we ain't going to ever be in control of what we're trying to establish. We're not going to have a lot of peaceful communities. Black people, wouldn't you like a peaceful community? Wouldn't you like, let's say if Compton, you know, turned black again, wouldn't you like Compton? Like, wow, Compton's really actually a crimeless city. It's not a lot of crime in Compton. That would be amazing. But it sounds crazy to a lot of people because they're like, why would I want Compton like that? We hard here. Why are we like that? Why was I like that when I was younger? Oh, we hard, man. Blah, blah, blah. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Why was I like that? Subconscious. Music. Movies. Entertainment. Jewish people own it. Let's think about all this stuff. Don't get upset. Let's just think about it. A lot of the places, I think the place of Jerusalem and all that, where Jesus was born, back in the days, it was none but black people. Nothing but black people. It wasn't the mixed people that are there today. Like in Egypt, that's mulattoes. The Egyptians, those are mulattoes. They're not just like in Mexico. Those are mulattoes. White, black, and Asian make a Latino look and Middle Eastern look every time. The Mongols came and conquered the Africans that were in Egypt a couple times. They eventually, and Mongols are Asians. And then you could go in history and look at the wars. And then the Europeans came down, the Romans and other people, the Italians, and they mixed with the black people when they kind of conquered them. That's white, black, and Asian. Latino men look just like Middle Easterns. It happened in America. The original Americans that were black, they were there. And then Genghis Khan chased all those Asians and they, over the Bering Strait, then they just start coming down, further down, further down. Then they met black people. I don't know if black people were in Canada, but I know they were in Washington. I know they were in Portland. I know California, all that. They had civilizations. Mix, 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 mix. No television, no camera phones. And then the white people came, the Spaniards. And then what they always do, okay, the natives, they shun them. Oh, yeah, we don't want y'all around, this, that. That went on everywhere. In Brazil, like a lot of women don't even want black men. They want a mix. The imagery, it's like, I didn't do that. And then we fight with each other. That's how smart they are. And we have to get off that. We can't be bitter, but we need to learn how not to fall in their game and protect our own. It's very peaceful. Whoever don't like it, if you don't like it or respect it, you're a hater. You want to keep things the same. You're a hater. Even if you look like me, you're a hater. You want to keep, no one don't want to live in no world like this if you're a black man or a black woman. We want to have regular lives and be in safe communities and around people that look like us, just like everybody else. But as some of us, we just can't have that. We got to have drama. We got to be a gatekeeper, and it's just the way it is. So my agenda on here is to hopefully change things. I'm Jay Havlin, brand ambassador of My Brother Spot, and I feel better. Peace.